Hello and welcome back to Cultist Simulator with me, Borden. Right, we're going to continue. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so we've got the aspirant, the physician, the detective. Can I play the priest maybe? Oh, okay, so can the medium, the physician. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this until I get the priest as some. So that's the detective, the dancer, and the exile. We're not doing the exile. That was a harrowing experience. I'm sure once you know what you're doing with it, it's pretty good. But the exile, the bright young thing. That's the physician, the medium. It's the priest. You look like a priest. Yeah, okay, priest. Right, so there's a reason why we're going for the priest again. And it's because I want to, first of all, I want to learn a bit more about the priest. Also, Benjamin posted a comment about it and said that apparently there is a unique win condition for the priest that they're not sure what exactly is, but it's something to do with using our sermons or some kind of ritual to swap health for wounds or scars. So it sounds interesting, and maybe we're able to stumble across that. And the other thing that they were saying was, we can summon powerful moth servants that can destroy evidence pretty well too. And they said that having a knock cult would be probably best because the ending is knock related, which kind of makes sense when you look at the priest thing here. It's this kind of the same color as knock lore as well. So yeah, we're going to start off here. We may not get much further, or not even as far as we did last time, but we're certainly gonna try our best to learn. And that's the main thing about this game is it takes a while to get a hang of a certain character and the best way to approach things with him as well. But hopefully we can learn together. So let's start the game. Right, so we have our priest here, we have passion, we have funds. Okay, so we work, pop you in there. Then ability, we put in our passion. Okay, I've chosen as my text Matthew 7:7. Ask and ye shall attain. Knock and ye shall be opened. The book fell open at that page. I swear that I would not have chosen it otherwise. Okay, so knock. Is that a clue? Maybe? Certainly possible, right? Yeah, and then look, we do have some moth lore down here as well. So, got those two kind of combinations there. You have the moth that we definitely need in this because we generate so much notoriety. And then we have the knock, which is related to that potential unique ending. Right, so the sermon went well, though the echoes in this place are seductive, and I was drawn to extemporize. I do not remember all that I said, but it was all well received. When I descended from the pulpit, I tore my sleeve upon a nail, and a woman in the front row gasped. Okay, so we got fun, some reasons. Okay, it's pretty decent. Now, we have reason there. We're studying something. We are now going to give a servant that's driven by reason this time. Okay, and run it on. Okay, what have we got here? The hinge in the world. Here's one of my old journals. A sheaf of paper slips from behind the cover and drifts towards the floor. It's something I have copied and long tried to forget. Okay, a locksmith secret. Perfect. Locksmith secret. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so we have that now. We then, when we can, are going to study our passion, which is another 45 seconds. And start. Right, so let's start laying out how we're going to. So we're going to concede this area here to the dials. Then, let's see, so that's 2, right? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 is the max, right? So 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Okay, so that's where they should go. So we got that there. We're then going to kind of need these in the middle just so that they're easier to get to. So put you there. Funds can go there. So we're probably going to go passion, reason, health, and maybe actually move them down just a touch. Yeah. Okay. One thing's on. Oh no, you're still exhausted. I'm going to say, oh, it's available. It's not. Your pause. Yeah, so I'm excited to at least start experimenting with the priest here. And I mentioned that over kind of the New Year period I was going to do a live stream. I ended up not doing that because things got a bit busy. Even though, like, still haven't unfortunately found a job back here in Ireland, but just other things that were kind of taking my time, like stuff like my D&D group, doing a lot of prep for there. I have to do that, and just then keeping up with other videos and family stuff and things like that. But I am still planning to do it. I just don't know when I'm going to do it. But let's get on with this. The sleep of the just. St. Agnes walks in smoke, crushing violets beneath her narrow, pale feet. St. Agnes carries keys and a bright knife, a sharp candle, and in the last of her slender hands, her own martyred head. St. Agnes lifts her face above my shoulder to kiss my forehead. An eye open to her, like a door. When I wake, my heart is racing, my skin is pricking, my limbs jitter. I have begun to leak. Okay, and we got our health. Thank you. Right. So we now have one of each of the main stats, or yeah, I suppose stats, right? Right. Got some funds there. Reason is dimmed. We now dream here. If I proposed to learn anything, I wouldn't be reading this stuff. Now, let's dream. Oh, we can't dream that. Okay, well, for now, let's give another sermon. Oh, we can't because nothing's ready. Right, so just need to run things on for a bit. You should probably live here beside the funds. Okay. Reason 30 more seconds, 30 seconds on that as well. So we have a choice between the two. Or we will have a choice between the two, should I say. Right, that's not good. Got a glimmering there. Just kind of a... you should move here there. And pop you there. Okay, now. If we do this and... So I go passion and then that. I will speak to their souls, and if I speak with conviction, their souls may answer me. Using a suitable doctrine with passionate preaching is more likely to create fervor. Improvised preaching is a little quicker. Okay, let's do that. Now, I guess no, that's not gonna work. You have to wait for that to do, and then yeah, do that. The start is always kind of there's always high risk at the start, even though it feels like there's so little happening. It's just the fact that you've got only one of each of apart from funds, obviously, but only one of the other stats, and like now with our health, potentially we could die if we don't fix that quickly. And then even though we have a little bit more in the way of funds, having to pay to fix that will reduce those funds as well. Right. So tonight they listen, but they do not hear. If you use reason with more reasoned doctrines or passion with more passionate lore, you are more likely to create fervor. The deeper the lore, the greater the chance of exaltation. Okay, so we've got some... Okay, so let's actually... That's interesting. Let's have a look at this here. Aspect requires knowledge. This is puzzle with... Okay. Okay, so requires knowledge. Yeah, so that should have been used with reason. So let's actually do that. Let's go there. Then reason, then there. You have a much better chance then of doing that. I will speak again of what Matthias said about doors, but I will speak of St. Agnes too, and of what comes at night when one has shaped a key. Okay, that sounds like we are about to maybe start a knock cult, but we'll see whether that's true or not. Now, ooh, well, that is certainly something to worry about. Right now, let's pop you in there. Right, so the detective is about to come on the scene. The medicine is dark and bitter as tar. It will be easy to suspect I am being poisoned. Yeah, so the detective comes on the scene now. There is nothing for them to find, but at the same time, it's always a worry once they show up. I'm safe for now. The meddler's attention must be elsewhere. A relief. Okay, so they haven't turned up. That is great. You are exhausted for another 34 seconds. You will last. Okay, so as soon as that's available, it needs to go in there, because otherwise that glimmering is going to be useless to us. So we've got to keep a very close eye on the clock there. Yeah, so knock cults, we haven't really done much with them, but like we've had success, or relative success at least, with lantern and forge cults, but not really knock. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Okay, oh, good things are coming now. Okay, right, we did get our fervor, looks like. Some of them have had the dream, too. I see it in their faces. It's this church. The doors here are not only the doors we see, even the valves of the heart are a door, when the limbs are properly aligned. I never said that in my sermon, but their hearts responded nonetheless to its truth. So we got some fervor. My congregation passions run strong, not deep. Keep your congregation satisfied, fervor, if unused with faith dread. Okay. So how do we use fervor? Actually, that's something I really should look up on the wiki. Because again, the good thing I like about the wiki for this game is that it's not a how-to. It doesn't like spoil the game and tell you, hey, do this and this, and then it just tells you this is what it is, this is what it's used for. If you need to figure out how to do that, well, good luck. And I like that. Right, so let's see what fervor is actually for. Fervor is an influence card created by the job. It can be used in the same job to induce exaltation or simply as a heart influence. Okay, working with an appointed and appropriate lore increases the chance of creating fervor. Okay, can be used in the same job to induce exaltation. Okay, so we kind of feed it back in and then go for potential exaltation. So here, I think, yeah, sometimes my words and those I have borrowed move my congregation beyond mere concentration to exaltation. Then fervor, fervor doesn't go in there. Oh, I can choose the most enthusiastic. It's coming back to me now because it's been a while since I played. But that's how for this one we recruit our people, right? But fervor, if I'm correct, then well, these actually has to come back. So we have 50 odd seconds for that. You have 3 minutes. Okay. You again are a worry because we know you're going to turn up at some point. There's a health back, which is good. We'd have to drink passion and knock, right? I think. The wrong kind of reputation might awaken the interest of the curious, the puritanical or the vengeful. Okay. Well, right now, we don't have a reputation, so that's good. Oh, what was it saying? What was that I was saying? Our devotion is drawn comments. Right, so we get 1 funds out of that. Old stones. The church is another patron saint now. Perhaps another bishop wishes to erase what the stones had seen. But the stones remember. Here is one marked with the rayed sun. Here, beneath the font, a knot. Here, in the window behind the altar. Visible only at dawn. Fanned like flowers. The 7 keys. Okay. Heterodox Church. We'll grab that. So that is our first location. We'll pop you there. Now. Yeah, so this is bad. Put it lightly. There's always someone who doesn't understand, or who understands too well. The troublemaker may seek evidence on my activities to share with the authorities. Here's the British detective. Okay, he can pop up. Yeah, he's going to be up here. He can pop up there for now. Let's go there. Now let's see, glimmering and glimmering. That will give me a new passion. The tigers of wrath are wiser than the horses of instruction. If I spend time studying what I've learned, I can increase my passion and gain a skill. Okay, so we do that. Now, right. Work that. Reason. And fervor. Okay, this is definitely going to make him interested. Congregation whispers as it waits, and the echoes are like wings in a high place, like tree branches in the wind. The deacon and the sacristan watch me as I take my place. There's something in their eyes I didn't quite expect. It is pride. So let's do that. Okay, actually we can let you there, right? Because we said we were kind of going to concede that ground, so that's fine. Yeah, so enlightenment or whatever, we end up as being our passion. We've actually had a lot of enlightenment ones where we've had the whole passion thing. I think one time we were doing the Grail one as well. We had that too. As yet, I have only the needs and desires of any other mortal. But what stirs in me? Nothing for now. So restlessness, you can pop up there. It's the detective. Let things run on. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. Crowded thoroughfares by day, a fog-wrapped labyrinth by night. I'll walk the streets seeking secrets until I can walk no more. So we're actually looking for people more than secrets at the moment. This should help us to do that. Okay, so that has found a fortune teller. We don't really need a fortune teller, so we shall just let that run out. Right, now, some things are going to happen here. First of all, we now have a second passion. There are more windows in my soul, but the sunlight is not the only thing that passes through a window. I've gained passion, but it'll be more difficult to gain passion next time. So yeah, got that. Right, so you can pop there. Right, so we have 2 passion. We've got to wait on that. We won't get another passion just yet. Okay, we now have our talk prayer, which is brilliant. The deacon and the sacristan have come to speak with me on a private matter. They've brought a guest, someone I've never met, but someone who now drops to one knee to honor me. All 3 now do me honor. Okay. And then we check here. My heart is the crossroads of my blood. My tongue is a sharpened flame. I see shapes in the stained glass that are not always there. A grey mare, a sundered tree, twin serpent. When I've finished, the congregation is on their feet, stamping and hooting, and their eyes, their mouths, are doors. The sacristan takes my hand in his withered own. Before the whole church, there are tears in his eyes. We've waited so long, he whispers. Okay, so we get that. So, let's see what we actually got. Right, we can continue on there. We don't have a particular friend, so we don't need to worry about that. We also got some contentment, we can put there. Then those 2 can be dreamt together. We now have our reason back, but it is... Okay, we need to wait on that. Okay, now let's dream these 2 together. I remember that I was different before. Okay, let you run on. I think even though we're waiting on other things, we should actually be working on getting an expansion just now. It's going to be beneficial to us. Right, what have we got here then? Tlaxstan is weeping again. We've waited for you. J.N. Sonobre taught us of the secret delight of appetite. We've used those teachings to prepare the way. You are our light. You are our threshold. We need you. Lead us. Appetite. That sounds like Grail. Rose a Believer and Order of the Bloody Cup. That's a Grail cult, right? An occult society dedicated to the mysteries of birth, blood, and appetite. You can use cults with software to recruit followers and to send them out their resources. A believer can be promoted to disciple. A few gifted disciples can be exalted even higher to disciple. Okay. Yeah, Grail. The organization vendors. So why did we end up with Grail? I wonder. Right, so something I need to ask now is, how do we change that to a different cult? For now, you're actually going to sit over here. She is an edge person. Okay, we could send her maybe to kill him, but probably not the best use right to start. Right, so one thing we actually need to do this again as well. Let's do that, because otherwise funds are going to be a very big issue for us. This thing you get used to with the doctor is that your funds are generally pretty okay for a long time. Right, so we explored, we didn't really get what we were wanting out of it. That's okay. Now we have top verb, so we could talk about this. We're going to get notoriety out of it, probably. Talking publicly about the invisible arts will attract attention. Perhaps that's what I want. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see if we can meet someone to do that. Reason is back at the moment. We don't need it just yet. Yeah, down to 1 funds now. So we're gonna have to keep on going with that. And that's the difficulty with this particular one. Where previously what we could do is we could kind of back off and, you know, just let the detective kind of run out of time on things. But in this one, we're pushed a lot more, and we don't necessarily get to do that. The sun still moves, the wind still walks. My journals are the labyrinth clue. Okay, that. There. Nothing's going on. Okay, so we got our passion and the glimmering. We're now going to study again. Okay, yeah, so that's going to... Can do this though. Oh, we can. She's not in there in a circle? Oh, she's already a believer, that's why. It's when we meet other people. Yeah. Slowly but surely coming back. Right, now, let's do it again, but use reason. Okay, hold on. So yeah, this is going to create notoriety. He's going to find out about it, and it's probably not going to work out all that well for us. Right, so let's search the city with our hearts. Game is lagging at the minute, which is not good. Hopefully it doesn't crash. But yeah, we're gonna, when it comes back, we're gonna just search it with our heart. We're looking for specific locations, so mainly the bookstore, because that's going to be a great source of lore for us. And then the other one would be the club. It was the Cultist Club, because that's going to be a good source of content for us that we really need, given the amount of dread that we built up on this last time. Also, we kind of need to find some more people as well. We want to get people who can give us heart or moth to then be able to get rid of any notoriety that we have, or evidence as well. Okay, so got a bit more restlessness there, which again could be trouble. You know, we've got two of them sitting there, and we're producing a lot more of them than I'd like to see. So hopefully we can find some way to control that before it gets out of hand. Again, having the club would be a great way to be able to produce content. Game is lagging again as well, which is hopefully it's going to come back. Oh, there we go, it's back. Okay, good. Okay, so there's some notoriety and some funds. So it goes and sits up beside him. We really do not want to be generating notoriety every time we have a sermon now, because that's the only way really that we are earning funds. What we could do possibly, okay, so that's a nice location to find. What we could possibly do is start working with other things instead, just to, so we could like start working with our passion and restlessness and do paintings and stuff, but they're not a guaranteed source of income is the problem. Okay, so you've now taken some dread. Okay, then here, I've passed the time. I have been inclined to tears and afterwards inclined to laughter. Meanwhile, the world continues. Okay. Here, how long do you have left? We have just enough to study, or just under, actually, enough to study 2 more times, but we can study 1 more time. We will explore again. Oh, we won't because we're not ready for that. But when we can, we will explore again. Right, then we get some funds there. We do not need exaltation, thank you. We're working on getting new passions, so we're not going to do anything here yet. We have to wait for you probably, yeah, it's going to be a minute on that. Yeah, so getting our stats up higher is going to be really key to us, I feel. Right, so come with me. That Violet and acquaintance. Violet is okay. Violet has always given unstintingly of her time, easing the pain of the dying. Okay, select her. So now she could be recruited through that exalting thing. Mystique will go up there. That will kind of extend how long he searches for, but also can maybe muddle him up now and again. Now, you do this. JN Sombry prepared the path, but I am the path. I could alter the forms that have been established. Once and only once, you may set another kind of lore at the heart of the cult. Begin the process only if you have lore of your preferred aspect ready. So, we have some knock lore, and that's what we need, so let's start that. Then the lore goes in here. Now the seal is opened, and behind it lies the true cult. It is St. Agnes that opens the seal. But who waits behind it? You can pursue a different ascension than knock. You need not complete this process. we are going to complete this process. Right, so we've done that. That is very scary. We need to get ourselves some contentment. So let me try to remember. So I know one is going to the club, but the club is not available to us, so we need to find another way. I know we can get it from dreaming as well. Okay, so dreaming with a fund. In times of special crisis, I might visit a discreet pharmacist to purchase a tincture of opium and make my dreams sweet, but only in times of special crisis. Do that. Let things run on. We need to be working. You've got 36 seconds though. Oh, you are available, so let's go passion. Then we start that. Then slot a yearning. But we don't actually have one right now. So that might have been a mistake to do that right now. We are going to search again with our health. Yeah, got a lot of things going on here. Like funds could certainly be an issue. That notoriety could be an issue. This dread here could be an issue. Right, so we have our passion back. We have 2 glimmerings. Those 2 are then are going to go in there. Start that. Over here, I might have found somewhere unusual. Okay, Street Strange by Midnight. Collect those. For now, we'll just slot you there. We're not sure what we're going to do with you yet. You are certainly a worry. Okay, there is 1 contentment. On that deep piece, but... Oh, that deep piece, sorry. Oh, that deep piece, but I should not do this again. Okay, so you go up there until it should take you in. That will only reduce by 1 though, so we have to be careful on that. Reason is now available. Can't do anything yet because of what's going on there. We won't get a restlessness in time to slot it, even if 1 pops up to begin now. Now the seal is opened, and behind it lies the true cult. It is Saint Agnes that opens the seal, but who waits behind it? Okay. So now we have Temptation Enlightenment and Society of the Holy Wound. An occult society dedicated to arrows which open doors. You can use cult with... Okay, perfect. Right, so we collect that. Okay, so you go there. You can, for now, sit over there. When it's on, we have talk available. Right, so contentment is not there, so you'll be taken down a notch. You're looking for fascination. We don't have any at the moment. We can't use you right now. We could potentially use you, but I'm a bit reticent with this still on the board and having what 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes left on it as well. I finished the painting to the excitement of absolutely no one but me. Get that. Right, so now we are against the clock here because we need to generate funds, which means that you and you need to go there. Let's start that. Okay, so we now have our glimmerings. I think enough to get the next passion, I believe. So let's collect that. let me actually put this in and make sure that's true. Yeah, lesson learned. So we have one lesson learned. You combine these two together, that will give us a second lesson learned. Then that will be 3 passion. We can then move on to generating more health. I think is going to be more useful to us, because then we can always use our health to work, and that will at least give us not a great income, but at least a steady income that we can kind of keep the wolf from the door. And that's going to be important in these early times, because we need to be able to generate income, but not generate notoriety. So we kind of have to fly under the radar here to start. See, you are almost done. Let's you give some fleeting reminiscence, which is there. Yeah, look at that. The funds went in there straight away, and that shows you kind of how tight things are for us. We can. I'm gonna dream with health now, because there's a possibility that it will generate a contentment. Memories of... oh, we missed that. Memories of better times or something like that is what it said. Still need another contentment for that. The congregation listened closely. I've shared no secret document today. Okay, and we've also generated no cash, which is a problem. Right. We're going to have to risk then doing... although, no, you're the wrong one, right? Let's do that. Yeah, we could actually run out of money. Let's put that. We're then going to get ourselves another passion. Who desires but acts not breeds pestilence. Yeah, so it's possible we're going to have to start again on this one, but that's going to be okay, because we now know how to switch the cult to the lore that we desire, and on top of that, we now know that cash is going to be one of our big bottlenecks early on, and we need to be more on top of that. Because there were certainly times when we could have been generating cash and we weren't. We'll see whether we actually survive a little bit longer or not. If this doesn't generate cash, I don't think we will. Because it's going to beat us around for the next time. Okay. So it did generate funds. We're probably going to get more funds there. Although we could slot you in there. Oh, we can't. Hang on. Oh, okay. We slot you in there. Right. Congregation, listen closely. I've shared no secret document. Right. So we've done that. Now we slot you with you and you to try and generate more cash. Notoriety has 50 seconds left. This guy's gonna... it's gonna be a touch and go whether he goes searching before it disappears or not. We can't use that just yet. Okay, an early night. Sometimes I have dreamt of a tall woman in a sand-coloured coat who stands at the foot of my bed, smiling as she watches me sleep. In that dream, she turns her head with the swiftness of a bird, and her fingers flex like talons. I do not think I dreamt of her last night. If I had, I could not have slept so soundly. Okay, let's collect those. Pop you there. Let's go again, because I'm worried about that if we get another one there. We can potentially stave it off for a little while, though. There's definitely going to be notoriety here. A worshipper has dreamt of St. Agnes of the Threshold. Meanwhile, our devotion has drawn comments. Okay, so we got dexterous worshipper. Sometimes fervor drives lay people to devote themselves for uncommon duties. When this one's enthusiasm fades, they will return to the congregation. Okay, we got 2 funds out of that. We did get some notoriety, which is not going to be great, but he should only find one of those. The cash can come down here for now, and you can sit there too. Actually, let's put you over here because it's kind of lonely over there. There's only a few people. Then we now have our extra passion. So now we should turn to health as the thing that we study next. Okay, so it's going to beat him. And we just have 1 to worry about, which is not terrible. Okay, so it's gone. Mirrors are calm, the sun is steady, the glory recedes. I am sane, if that means anything. Feeling reminiscence, we go there. Okay, you've opened the door of this place, and I've passed through to stand before you now. But this is my promise. A time will come when I shall open, and you shall pass through me to stand in a higher place than this. The deeper the lore, the greater the chance of exaltation. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He openeth up a man, he shall not be closed. Okay, we got some funds, we got some fervor. Right, now, I think that's where we are going to leave that one. So we have a little bit of funds, certainly not out of the woods on that side of things at the moment. We're probably going to have to use passion again in our next sermon, which then opens us up to this guy screwing us over. Main thing is, I think we need to get the health up, and we need to get lucky with getting some more restlessness and being able to paint with it. That would at least kind of relieve the tension a little bit on the funds, because then we can kind of give sermons sparingly, which I think is going to be one of the keys to actually advancing this run at all. But that is the end of that one. I hope you have enjoyed. Hope you're keeping safe out there, and hope to see you next time. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button there on the right, or checking out some other videos here on the left, or perhaps you might even share with some friends.